we're back. Isn't it great? My first guest has appeared in numerous films, including Blade 1 and 2 and New Jack City. Beginning next Friday, you can see him in Undisputed. Please welcome Wesley Snipes. I'm good.
Good.
Very nice.
You're very tall, man.
I'm not only tall, I'm muscular. I'm big.
I can tell.
And I'm very masculine.
I can see.
Thank you so much for playing along. Yeah.
You got it, man.
How are you? Good to have you here.
Very well. Doing very well. Spirit is good. Energy's good.
The energy's good.
Movie's good.
The movie's good.
Everything's very
good. The
well.
movie's Undisputed. It's a prison boxing movie. That sounds like it would combine everything that a lot of people would want to see.
A lot of drama. A lot of action.
A lot of action.
A couple of naked guys. not very many naked women. Definitely some naked guys, though.
Now, that brings up a problem. Like, how do you work the lovely ladies into a movie like this?
Unfortunately, there aren't very many lovely ladies in this particular movie.
Can't they just walk by the prison or something at some point?
No.
Look at that hot girl. It's Halle Berry. Hi, everybody. You know?
It caused a riot. And like a lot of the guys that were in the prison worked with us in the movies. So we had real prisoners as extras.
Right.
You know, and you bring a hot girl in, man, we would have never gotten the film, man.
Right. So it was probably, that was a smart decision.
Ving walked by a couple of times and people were like,
With Ving Rhames, really?
Well, prison time, I don't know, you know. It's a prison thing, man.
Yeah. All right, that scene in the movie, yeah. Okay, now, were you at all, I mean, you've worked with a lot of very beautiful women. Do you have any say in, like, who your leading lady gets to be or anything like that? Do you get to choose who your love interests are in movies ever?
Now we do.
Now?
Yeah, for maybe the last couple of movies, I have that kind of cast approval is what they call it.
Now, what do? Are you just looking at tapes and stuff? And
look at tapes, look at auditions, and see who has a vibe. Try to find the actresses, and find the women that look good, and then try to find the ones that look good and that can act.
Right. Do you ever, I'm just curious, like, can you manufacture the chemistry if it's not there? What if there's a woman who's great action and everything, but there's just no chemistry there? Can you make it?
I'm a thespian.
You're a thespian.
I was trained to live the life of the actor and the life of the character.
Right.
You could take Grandma from the Hillbillies, and I'll knock it up, brother. Take care of that, brother. She's the best-looking woman in the world.
I don't want to see that movie. Come here,
you
Granny.
go see that movie.
Well, actually, I would go see that movie. Granny from the Beverly Hills. That's great. I'm looking forward to that. Check it out, kids. That's some scene.
I don't think she's around right now, though.
You did. I'm curious about something. I've always been a big fan of Sean Connery's. You did a movie with him, Rising Sun. I'm curious. I mean, he's this great, amazing presence. Did you get any tips from him? Did he tell you anything that could help you as an actor?
A lot of stuff. Talked to me about the business, talked about longevity, about the craft, and gave me a little pointer where sometimes, you know, when you're in the car scene, and you're driving along and you're doing dialogue, usually the camera only sees from the waist up. But the camera rarely ever sees from the waist down.
Right, because you're sitting in a car, right?
Right, so his advice to me was to do the scene without your pants. In your underwear.
Is that what he does?
Yeah, that's what he does.
So in all those old James Bond movies, where he's being chased by people and he's driving really fast,
he's in his skivvies, man.
He's in his underwear?
He's comfortable with the air conditioning in his skivvies.
That's rude. That makes it so less cool to me somehow.
Really?
I gotta get away. Cool. You know, it's just sitting in there in his, like,
I love it, man.
Tweety Bird shorts. That is so weird. So did you do that in the movie?
Yeah, I still do it.
So the both of you were riding around town in your underwear.
The cameras are hot. That's right.
What if you got away from the cameras and, like, were stuck in traffic and people looked in and it's Wesley Snipes?
Do what you got to do.
That is so wrong. That is just wrong.
It's part of the scene, you know.
So just if they can't see, I mean, technically, I don't have to be wearing pants right now if I took that advice.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't even pretend that's sexy. Me just dressed like this and then my white naked legs underneath the... That would freak people out when they got here and sat down, wouldn't it?
Oh, man, you threw me for a loop just now with just the idea alone.
Oh, come on. You'll think about it for a while, Wesley, and then you'll call. They always do. Now, a lot of actors come on the show and they tell me, Conan, I do my own stunts. And then the stunt usually is, I had to fall out of a chair and I did it myself. And they want the audience to applaud. You did one of your own stunts. I cannot believe it. Passenger 57, you hung on to the wheel of like a 747?
747.
While it took off.
Yeah, about 180 miles per hour. And it lifted off the ground about 30, 40 feet. And I hung on.
It's why they have dummies. It's why couldn't you, I mean, you
some of them act, you know.
So you said, I insist on doing this. Did they come to you and say, look, this is the scene where your character's clinging to the wheel of a plane and taking off?
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something like that, literally.
So is swallowing an M80 firecracker, but I don't do it. Never done this before.
No, it's very safe. You know, most of the safety.
What do you mean it's very safe?
Very safe. We are harnessed in. I'm usually harnessed in, and then all the precautions are taken. Everybody's looking out for everybody.
I don't know what precautions you could take to make it safe to cling to the wheel.
The only problem you run the risk of is that the wheel collapses. Then that's a problem.
Right.
You could end the shoot rather early.
If the wheel fell off, you'd feel really stupid hanging onto it on the way down.
But it could be kind of funny, though.
Yeah. Start running. Yeah.
Keep the cameras rolling, man.
We're going to turn this into a Coyote Roadrunner show. Now, you have a big fight scene with Ving Rhames in this movie.
Yeah,
is that right?
That's basically the premise. Ving plays the heavyweight champion who's outside, and he's charged with a crime and sent to prison. I play a prisoner who is the light heavyweight champion on the inside. And the gangsters and the prison people, they come up with an idea of what would it be like to pit the guy who's the champion on the outside with the guy who's the champion on the inside. Right. To find out who really is the undisputed heavyweight champion or undisputed fighter. And that's how we get busy.
Now, I've heard that in the scene, you guys hit each other a few times for real. Like, it wasn't just, you know, when you watch those old Rocky movies, and I love those movies, but you can tell sometimes Stallone is missing Mr. T by the length of a football field. It's literally like Mr. T's like, and people are bunking their heads back, but you guys really hit each other, isn't that right?
Yeah, most of the body shots are real, and a couple of the head shots are real. Most of the head shots are kind of angled. Right. But mostly all of the body. And plus, you know, we've grown a little bit more educated now. We've seen those Rocky films, so we need a little bit more kind of stimulation and a little bit more reality.
So did you have to really try and hate Ving Rhames in order to really hit him?
No, I got to really love him, man, so he doesn't kill me during the shoot.
That's true.
He's my best friend.
Yeah. Please, have you ever hit another actor in a scene, like a movie star, and they were mad about it, like they weren't ready for it?
Yeah, a couple of them, but, you know, attorneys tell me don't talk about that right now.
Really? I'm told that you
I kicked Sly once.
Sly Stallone. You kicked him. And it wasn't even part of the script, I'm told. You just went up to him and kicked him in the ass and ran away.
It was part of the choreography, you know, when we did Demolition Man.
Right.
And the very first scene that we have on the roof, I was supposed to, you know, do a side kick on him, bam, kick him up against the wall. And I really kicked him up against the wall. You know, hey, that was Rambo. I thought it was Rambo.
Rambo gets thrown off mountains and stuff. You thought
he educated me real quick, man. He says, look, hey.
In fact, that's all he said.
You don't really have to kick me, okay? That's my friend. That's my friend. Watch it. That's my friend.
I'll take him any day. We have a clip here from Undisputed. Anything we need to know to understand the clip, to appreciate it?
This is where Ving and I first meet in prison. Our first encounter.
Okay, let's take a look at this clip.
Rather shocking.
All right, a clip from Undisputed.
You Monroe Hutchins?
Yep.
I guess you know who I am. You the champion in here?
Yeah.
Not the heavyweight champ.
Heavyweight or any other kind they got.
And even though they had boxing in a place like this, how long you been on top?
10 years. Ever since I got in here.
Brother, that's a real fine record you got. I gotta congratulate you. Oh! Yeah, what? You want some of that? Ain't no champ in here but me.
Wow. That was intense. Don't let him slap you.
Oh, man. Like a Hunts Point hooker.
Undisputed opens next Friday. It was great having you here. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Wesley Snipes, everybody. Steve Coogan coming right up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.